Hello Year 1 and welcome to our final geography lesson of the week. Now, this week we have been exploring and finding out about geographers and what they do. And we have been wondering and asking ourselves, how do brilliant geographers identify physical and human features? Now, we've done this for our local area of Upton, and we've also looked a little bit at Africa and all the countries in Africa. And we've compared to see what things are the same and what things are different. Well, today we're just going to have a little bit more of a look at what a geographer is. Some of you may wish to be a geographer when you're older, in which case you might be interested in finding out about what they do, what different parts of the world they can explore, and you might also be interested in looking a little bit of history of geography and finding out about a geographer from the past. And finally, I've got a task for you, which will be great fun and will give you and your family a chance to go out and explore Upton on a scavenger hunt. So first of all, let's just have a look at what a geographer is. Now, we've talked about tasks all week long, and today we are just going to really finish understanding exactly what it is that a geographer does. So a geographer likes to study geography, which means they like to study the earth and the world around them. They're interested in Earth's physical features. Now, we know what this means now because we've done lots and lots of exploring about the word physical. We know that physical can be anything from a waterfall to the ocean to fields and forests, all sorts of different things like this. Now, some of the things they've mentioned are mountains and deserts. Now, we didn't talk about deserts, but deserts are a physical feature. It's because we don't have any deserts in England, but a desert is a large area of sand and it's very, very hot usually. We also have rivers and oceans. And if we look at the picture at the top of our page, you can see there are some geographers and they are out exploring the river. You can see they've got some sort of tape measure. They're measuring the width of the river. And looks like this man's holding a stick, so maybe they're going to be exploring the depth of the river also. So if you want to be a geographer, it looks like you have to do lots of outdoor exploring and maybe even get a little bit wet. They're also interested, though, in exploring how people affect the natural world around them. So they're not just looking at all the physical features, they are interested in how humans affect these, maybe by building cities or towns or villages, or maybe by global warming and how this affects the weather. So let's just have a look at these pictures. Here we can see this is from a picture from the past, and I can see back here a drawn out map, and here this man is looking at his globe and he's got a book and he's studying the world. He's a geographer from the past. We already talked about this picture here, where they're using the tape measure and they're measuring the width of the rivers, seeing how maybe they're changing over time, because although physical features are always there, you might find that the river could get wider or it could get shallower or deeper, depending on lots and lots of changes which happen in our climate. Here you can see this lady is exploring a big map of the world. The geographers like to use maps. Down here, this one looks very exciting. We've got a group of geographers and they climb to the top of a mountain. He's actually having to have special oxygen tank to help him breathe. He's up so high. And he's got this thick, warm coat on, and look at these ginormous gloves. He's wearing all of this stuff to keep his body warm because it will be absolutely freezing up there. And he's carrying out, with the group of people with him, some investigations to find out about the rocks at the top of the mountain. The middle picture at the bottom shows us an early map. Now, maps have been around for quite a long time now, but in the past, they didn't have satellites and they couldn't look at images and take photos. They had to draw them from their memories and from travelling around. So sometimes maps in the olden days were a little bit wrong, but they gave us a good idea of what we use for nowadays. They'll also use compasses, which tell us the direction that we are facing and the way we're travelling. So you've got north, south, east and west, and it will give us a rough idea of the way we are travelling. And then you've got over here a lady who's in a crop field, and she is taking photos and exploring the land and the use of all the fields around. So geographers do lots and lots of exciting and interesting jobs. So maybe if you want to be a geographer, perhaps you'll be doing one of these jobs when you're older. Now, this is a geographer from the past. So there's a little bit of history here. Now, his name is Eratosthenes, and Eratosthenes was one of the first geographers to calculate the size of the Earth. Now that's fantastic. And like I said, in those days, they didn't have satellites and all the digital imaging that we have now. So that he had made a special formula and it helped him to calculate the size of the Earth. And he also prepared one of the first maps known to humans. So he helped to work towards making the first map. Now, this would have been an extremely hard thing to do in the olden days, and to be honest, I expect it's very hard now even to calculate and measure the size of the Earth. So he was a very, very brilliant geographer. I wonder if any of you will be brilliant geographers like him. Okay, so today I would like you to have a go at creating a scavenger hunt. If you're not sure what one is, don't worry, I'll show you on the next slide. But basically, the idea is that you draw lots and lots of pictures of natural and physical and human things in Upton, and then with your family, or just one member of your family, you can go on a walk and try and find all the things that you've put down on your scavenger hunt. I'll show you a picture of my scavenger hunt that I created, and it might help you to understand what to do. So here's my scavenger hunt. You can see I've got lots and lots of pictures of different things that can be found around Upton. And then I've labelled what these things are to make it nice and clear, because otherwise somebody who's looking at the picture might not think I want them to find the clock tower, but might think I want them to find some flower pots. And that's not what I want. So I've labelled each picture with what I want them to find. And then I've popped a little box. And this box is for your family to tick, to put a tick in when they find the things that we are looking for. Now, I would like you to think of all the things you can find in Upton. So you could use some of the pictures we've used from the week, or maybe your brilliant posters that you made earlier in the week. Perhaps you could use those and put a mixture of the physical and human pictures onto your scavenger hunt. When you've created your scavenger hunt like mine, you can ask your grown-ups if you can go out for a walk, or maybe at the weekend you can go for a walk, and then set them the challenge of finding everything on your scavenger hunt. So just to be really, really clear, I would like you to think of some human features, and I would like you to think of some physical features. and then put them all down. So I've done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different things on my scavenger hunt that I would like people to find. Now, you could use my scavenger hunt or create your own. And if you can take some photos, that would be amazing. Me and Miss Adler and Miss Close would love to see all the photos that you put up on Tapestry. Good luck. Bye-bye.